These are the solutions for the first practice quiz for quiz 4 in the third trimester of Algebra 2. So dealing with evaluating piecewise functions, basically you have to locate the function and then locate that part of the domain to apply it to. So f of 2 means to locate the f function and then x equals 2. So it's this part because 2 is greater than 0. So it's that part of the domain. And then typically you would substitute it in if there's an x there, but there's not an x there. So you just choose that value. F of -4. So -4 is less than or equal to 0. So we're going to substitute -4 in for x. There's not one. So you just record that value. G of 0. Okay, so 0 is less than or equal to 3. So we're going to substitute 0 in. 0 plus 3 is 3. G of 7. So 7 is greater than 3. And then we do 5 minus 7, -2. H of 0. So 0 is less than or equal to 1. So we substitute 0 in for x in the top there. And we get 0. And then H of 4. So 4 is greater than 1. And then we do 2 to the 4th power. And that's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And that will be 16. Pretty straightforward business there. Find the function, find that part of the domain that you apply it to, and then substitute in for x. Okay, a page that probably looks a lot scarier, but it's not too bad. So one thing you can do is, know that this is the quadratic function, and a little common sense does go a long way. So we're including the endpoint of 2. So it's like a greater than or equal to 2 for the quadratic function. So I know b, because it's greater than or equal to 2 here, we're including 2. I know b has to go here. Now there's more to it than that. You can do what I call a cut point evaluation. So if I look at a here and I put 2 in, I have 0 here at 2. And then if I put 2 in here, I have 2 minus 4, which is -2. So I should see a 0 open circle y value at 2. And then I should see a -2 y value closed circle at 2. So that's this graph here. So these are y values. You're looking for those y values on the graph. And then this would be an open circle. This would be a closed circle. And same thing over here. You can put 2 in, you get 0, and that's going to be a closed circle. You put 2 in, you're going to get 2 plus 4, that'll be 6, and that's an open circle. And remember, it's really 2, 0, 2, 6 you're looking at, and then 2, 0, 2, -2 that you're looking at. So that substitution in of the cut point, which is your x value, get the y value, and then you can see where these points are located. So this was 2, 6 open, and that is right there. This was 2, 0 closed, that's right there. And then this was 2, 0 open, that's that right there. And this was 2, -2 closed, that's that right there. All right, so even looking a little more scary, we are going to graph these lines. And it's literally like I just showed you. We're going to graph the cut points. So we're going to put 2 in, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So we have 2, 1 with an open circle. So I'm going to find all these cut points. 2 plus 2 is 4. So we have 2, 4, but a closed circle. And then here we're going to have 2, 3 minus 2 is 1. This is going to be a closed circle. And then 2 minus 2 is 0 at an open circle. So those are the cut points like you see here, the endpoints, cut points, whatever you want to call them with this. Then you just need to make sure the line is going in the correct direction. So 2, 1, open. Now, what way? So we have to apply the slope. So the slope is -1 of this line. So you look at the coefficient of x, that's algebra 1. But what direction do you have to go? So you got to go to the left, less than 2. So that's going to be up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1. So you just need to know what direction do I apply the slope of -1. So it's rise over run, what we're doing when we apply the slope, up or down, then left or right. So I just did an up 1, left 1 to go to the left. And so this line, we're 2, 4 closed. There it is. And then you have to apply a slope of +1 to the right, though. So up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. So you're graphing a part of the line. So what's different here is we're not starting with the y-intercept. We're starting with the cut point and then applying the slope. I'll say it again. We start with the cut points and then apply the slope. So 2, 1 closed. There we are. And we want to apply a slope of -1. Again, going to the left. So here are your points, up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1, and then just draw the line. So the difference again, we start with the cut point, not the y-intercept. So 2, 0, that's going to be open, and we want to apply a slope of 1. Up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. Hopefully you know how to apply, how to remember the rise over run thing. And there are your two graphs. So the difference is we start with the cut points where we figure out where they're located by substituting in this number for x into the function, and then open or close based on the sign, so it's just less than, so that tells you open circle. This is greater than or equal to, that tells you closed. So that is the procedure. It'll take some practice to do it, but that is the procedure for graphing those. Okay, what is the piecewise function here? So here is going to be the cut point. So now we have to build the description. So we have greater than or equal to 2. And now we have to say what is the equation. So I'm going to extend this one to get the y-intercept. So how do you make a linear equation? That's what we're going to be dealing with here. And the answer to that is y equals mx plus b. So the slope, so let's do this line first because it's less than or equal to 2, which I put on the bottom. Typically we write that on the top, but it doesn't matter. So the y-intercept's -1, and then the slope is -1. So -x minus 1. Okay, so figure out the slope and then the y-intercept. So I extended this line. The y-intercept is -5 and the slope is 1. So x minus 5 to the right of 2. So you need to think right and left and the cut points there. So just build it from the y-intercept and then apply the slope, which is an Algebra 1 concept. And then these will be two linear functions, and that's what you have to do. Get the y-intercepts, and then make sure you're putting the right one with the right one. So the x minus 5 has to go, this is to the right. And then this is to the left, which is less than. There, that's a good way to think about it. All right, so these are the solutions for the first practice quiz and for quiz 4 in Algebra 2C.